Welcome to Teachable Moments. Now, this teachable moment comes courtesy of a classroom that I was in several years ago. And by several, I mean a lot. We were in class, and our teacher had given out simulations, questions based on the lesson that was being taught that day. He selected 4 people, me being one of the 4, to answer the questions. Now, on the face of it, these questions had very, very obvious answers because obviously we were talking about a particular topic that day. And so it seemed as if each question had a very, very simple answer, or at least an obvious answer. So he says, okay, take 10 minutes, you 4 people, and we're gonna come back to you and you can give us the answer to the question. So while reading my question, I'm now realizing that yes, it appears to have an obvious answer. However, there are 1 or 2 facts or details that to me change the whole complexion and change the whole conclusion. So I'm battling with it because to me, you don't want to be wrong, especially in a class full of people, because then you have ridicule. They'll be teasing you. They may think you're dumb. How dare you get questions wrong? How dare you not get everything right? So I battle with it. Because to me, I said the answer was obvious because it appeared to have an obvious answer, but to me, it just did not fit. So I battled, but then I trusted myself. I said, nope, I'm going to go with the answer that I have because I am Wilfred and I'm smart and I'm somebody. Yeah. So it goes around. The first 2 questions, because I had the third question, the first 2 questions had the obvious answers. The questions were very straightforward. The answers were very straightforward. So then I'm afraid now because I'm thinking, well, my questions seem to be very straightforward. And, there weren't any curveballs in those questions. So then we read the question. And then he says, Wilfred, what is the answer? I'm sitting there with trepidation. I'm afraid. I'm nervous. So I say my answer, which is the opposite of the obvious answer. When I tell you the class made more noise, they were like, no, you are wrong. What's wrong with you? Can't you see what the answer is? I said, nope. If I'm going to be wrong, I'm going to be wrong and strong. So there I was. I was intent to be wrong and strong. So I said, nope. This is my answer. So then the teacher says, well, Wilfred, that's a very interesting answer. Why is it that you chose that answer? I can't get my answer out because the crowd, the audience, the classroom is so aggressive and so loud. It takes about 4 times for me to try to get my answer out. And then I explain my answer. Well, the obvious answer is such. However, these 2 elements, they're different. And to me, that changed the whole conclusion. So now the noise goes from arguments to laughter now. Then the teacher looks at me very silently, takes a pause. Then he says, Wilfred is correct. So the class is like, what? He says he is correct. And his assessment of the question is correct as well too. So here's the thing. This was at a point where I had just started a new phase of my educational career. I was not very confident. And to me, everybody else appeared to be smarter than I was. So I was not really sure that I could be right while they're wrong. But I trusted myself because I said, you know something? You all are here. Nobody deserves to be here more than you deserve to be here. Nobody earned their way more than you earned yourself. You worked hard, so you're here. And if you see something, you can do it. You can think for yourself, right? You can see things for yourself, right? You are that dude. I had to trust myself. I had to know that I was competent. In fact, not just competent, I had to know that I was brilliant, that I was capable of doing great things, capable of understanding what was happening. For me, it wasn't just the joy of knowing that I got the answer right, especially in the face of all of that opposition. But afterward, there were a few people in the class who came to me and they said, "Wilfred, we're really proud of you for how you handled yourself in there. You didn't shudder, you didn't waver, you stuck strong to your guns, and you were right. And we're impressed." Not that you should work for people's approval, but imagine if I changed my answer to suit the crowd. I would have been wrong with the crowd. So what's the lesson here? The lesson here is sometimes you know the right answer, while others don't. They may tell you you shouldn't do certain things or you shouldn't go a certain path, but you know the answer. Trust yourself.